I'm looking for.
I recommend Nagaraj Annaiah.
I definitely recommend Nagaraj to any home buyers.
Nagaraj Annaiah, the one-stop shop for all real estate needs. Call him today for free consultation at 408-805-4653 or visit nagarajhomes.com. You're listening to Real Estate Roundup. Real Estate Roundup with Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah every Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. PST on Bolly 92.3 FM.
Namaskar, Bay Area, and thank you for joining us on Real Estate Roundup, a bird's eye view into Bay Area real estate, brought to you by your favorite realtor, Nagaraj Annaiah, the founder of nagarajhomes.com. I'm Vijay Lakshmi, and as I get talking to Nagaraj about the state of Bay Area real estate, we invite you to join us. What's been your experience if you've bought or sold a home lately, or in the process of buying and selling one? Are you a little hesitant in taking that leap into owning your own home? Or do you want to clarify any aspect of how to wend your way? Or perhaps you want to take a step towards investing in real estate. Well, whatever is on your mind, share it with us. Please call us in the studios. We are coming to you live on Bolly 92.3 FM. And you can call us now at 408-912-5038. That number 408-912-5038. And with that, let me welcome Nagaraj. Happy Sunday, Nagaraj. Welcome.
Hello, Vijay Lakshmi. Hello, Bay Area. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys having a great day out there. It's a good day out there today.
Yes, lovely, beautiful weather.
Lovely day. Yesterday it was raining, right?
Yeah.
We are live on Bolly 92.3. If you have any questions on the real estate, please do join. Do give us a studio line number, Vijay Lakshmi.
Yes, 408-912-5038. 408-912-5038. Keep those questions coming in. Any doubts you have, you want a little bit of advice on any aspect of real estate, give us a call now, and Nagaraj will be more than delighted to help you through it all. So keep those calls coming in, 408-912-5038. So Nagaraj, great week for you last week. Friday, hit the ground running with a new show, Property Playbook, and 6:30 on Bolly 92.3 FM right here on this channel. So what was the experience and what was the response?
Thank you so much for all the listeners to make that show such a successful. Okay.
Yeah.
Without the listeners' encouragement, this show is nothing, right? Like, thank you
Yes.
so much for that encouraging. It was a great discussion with April held. We had a discussion on the mortgage related. It is like, what does the future holds for 2024, right? On the
Mm-hmm.
mortgage perspective, there's so many things happening around, and especially on Bay Area real estate. So we had a discussion on the mortgage predictions for 2024. Next Friday, we are going to talk about the immigration front.
Wow.
Ashmita from Dugal Law Firm will be there. We are going to
Mm-hmm.
talk about the EB1A, EB5, and their challenges, the fastest way to get a green card. Do
Mm-hmm.
join for that show and keep encouraging this year. Thank you so much, listeners, for making that show such a successful.
Yes, absolutely. And that show is going to come up every Friday, 6:30 to 7 p.m. So mark your calendars for that. They're going to be experts from different fields, the whole entire real estate ecosystem coming in to meet you, to give you their gyan on different aspects. And just tackled mortgage, and then immigration is coming up. So make sure you stay tuned in. You can call in there as well. But call us now in the time that we have with Nagaraj on real estate. Call us 408-912-5038 is the number. So Nagaraj, this still there are tough times for people out there looking for their dream home. And so what are you looking at in 2024? Because the inventory is still low, the demand is still sky high. Mortgage rates, the good news, inching down a little bit, but all in all, people still finding it really hard to get their foot in the door, as it were.
Yeah, let me start with some good story or like inspiring story, right?
That'll
Like
be great. Mm-hmm.
recently, yesterday I met one of my client who had bought a house from like what they bought 1 year back in June time frame, and they were telling 2 months, Nagaraj, I had been to India.
Mm,
House was vacant.
mm.
What did like, but their neighbor was doing a remodeling. Okay, they offered their place to stay in when they're not there in the house.
Oh, okay.
They stay for 2 months in their house and they
Mm,
remodel.
mm,
So that kind of an inspiring, being a good and being a kind to your neighbors, it's very difficult. Very we see very often very less
yes.
in this, especially in 2024 era. Okay,
Yeah.
always be good, be kind. So it really helps you out in 2024 for everybody.
Yes.
And for your question on 2024, what do you think about the outlook front, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think the rates are the one which is going to be a critical role, since the rates are going to be cooling down already, and as a Fed has already announced, there are not much rates improvements going around. So we might even see the rates drop as we discussed earlier also. So it would be a kind of, especially if you take about all US segment, kind of, it might be a mixed response, but in Bay Area already we are seeing in kind of an upward trend. Like most
Mhm.
of the counties, especially Santa Clara County, Alameda County, right? This county is already, yesterday, like there were a couple of open houses in the Milpitas and Fremont, okay, in
Mhm.
neighborhoods and good school districts, and there were like plenty of people in the open house. A lot of buyers are back in their like form, like they want to attend the open house, buy a house,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And the houses were listed at 1.5 million, but at the end of the day, it might even go for 1.7, 1.75 million. So that's what it is going to be. A lot of buyers will be back, and the inventory is going to increase a little bit as the because after the holiday season, but still number of inventory in the homes are less. So that is why the buyers are more, inventory is less.
But you said that the houses were also listed at 1.5.
Yeah,
So that is good, great news right there, right?
yeah,
Because
great. No, it's a great news for the sellers,
yeah.
but the buyers it would be a challenge, especially
Mm.
because number of buyers on more than 1.5 are more still compared
Mm.
to like 2 million, 2.5 million, because 1.5 million is a new competition right now around. Okay.
Yeah.
But the sellers going to play kind of a little bit trick also. Seller agents also sometimes 1.3 million homes they're listing at 1 million. In the Santa Clara, they had listed a
Oh.
townhouse, 3 bed, 2 bath. Usually the comparables are 1.3 there, but they have
Mm.
listed for 1 million
So
because they,
it's like a bait and switch
yeah,
kind of.
basically
Mm-hmm.
it is as you said, showing because there are a lot of buyers still for 1 million, right? Who
Mm.
are getting into uh, buy for 1 million.
Yeah.
You would be seeing that. Like I was talking to one more client who was just recently wants to purchase a home for a 1.2 million. He told me, okay. I told 1.2 million is a kind of a compromise in a real estate, especially in a Bay Area market. You can't get a perfect house. I had
Mm.
been to one of the open house in a Fremont near the near the Fremont area, Blacko Road around. Okay, so he was telling me, Nagaraj, house was too small. This is just 1,000 square footage for one
Oh.
2 million. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what it is happening
Wow.
right now.
Yeah.
It's 1,000, but I keep telling them this: if the backyard is there, 5,000, 6,000 square footage, right? You can have a nice sunroom for yourself. Maybe adding a sunroom might give you an extra space.
Space.
But
Mm-hmm.
we keep always complaining is a small for even for a 1.2 starter home. I know is a 1.2 is a kind of a tough for a lot of people around.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
unless we come up with some innovative ideas, right, to increase up your space,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough to
Yeah.
get it.
It's tough.
Listeners, we are live on Bolly 92.3. If you're
Yeah.
also noticing the same thing, you're in a 1.2 range, right? Or a 1.3 range, and you're in the market and you can't purchase a home. Do give us a call and share your story. What do you think
Yeah.
about and if you're like from last 1 year you're trying it out and still you're not able to get into a house buying in a real estate in Bay Area, do give us a call.
Yeah,
Do
408-912-5038 is the number. 408-912-5038. We'd love to hear your experience, and if possible, Nagraj can guide you through it all because he's someone who knows this area inside out, and he can really work with you to land that right home at the right price, including all of the neighborhood and the amenities that matter for you. He's there for you. And of course, the place to reach him, nagrajhomes.com. That's Nagaraj homes.com. But right now, we have him right here in the studios with us. So anything that's on your mind that you're like causing you to hesitate and be a little confused about how to approach the real estate market, which can be very overwhelming, which is, of course, at this point, a little out of people's reach, give us a call. We'd love to discuss it. And remember, when you call in with your question, you're really doing a favor to a lot of people in the community, because that question is on the minds of so many. So again, 408-912-5038, and reach out to nagrajhomes.com. So Nagraj, like you
We're
said, it
discussing
is.
about, I have a question on the floor.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a house, would you buy it in a Bay Area or you buy it in a Texas Austin, right? The question
Mm,
on the floor is, you are around 800K or a 700K. Would
yeah.
you prefer to buy a house in Bay Area or would you prefer to buy it in a Austin?
Very nice question, actually.
So do
And
give us, if you're in that kind of a state, like you're confused, you
yeah,
want to buy it in Austin or a Bay Area, do give us a call and share your thoughts on that also. The
yeah.
question on the floor is, would you want to buy a house in a Bay Area or in Austin?
Yes. So Austin or Bay Area, which one is it for you if you were given a choice at this point of time? Again, the number for that calling in is also the same. It's 408-912-5038, 408-912-5038. So Nagraj, talking about the situation then, when the inventory is low and all of that. So what does that mean for sellers then? Do you give like a green signal for sellers to sell right now or hold on? What is your advice for sellers going into this market?
So there was one client wanted to list his house, and he tried to list it for 1.34 million in June 2023 time frame. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but they had recently bought the house this for a 1.34 2022. But because of other circumstances, they're moving to an Austin, or like they're moving out of the Bay Area. Now they want to sell, but the June time frame, they tried to list it and sell it for 1.4.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they could not sell it for 1.4. They
Uh,
took it back from the market. Now in the January they want to sell it. Okay, they came to me, Nagraj, can you help me out? Okay, it's just 1,000 square footage, the same in the Fremont area. The expectations are like the current value for that house is around 1.42 to 1.43.
oh, okay.
Okay,
Uh,
especially for the sellers going forward, this 2024, we expect it to be in a good, not, yeah, this is only applies for the few neighborhoods and not for all, not on few counties around. Okay, still the Costa and all, we are noticing some dip in the prices,
mm-hmm.
but especially like in a Fremont, and if you're in a Santa Clara area and San Jose areas, few areas around, we are still seeing a good value if the seller wants to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Okay.
it depends on when you have bought a house, right? Like for example, if you had bought a house maybe a 1 year before or 1 or 2 years before, and you have bought it for high end price, right? Like even for 1,000 square footage, you have
Yeah.
bought it for a 1.4 million. But if
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to sell it now, it would be tough for you to break even. Correct?
Oh, really?
Because it is like you need to look at the commissions, and another side also you need to
Mm-hmm.
look, and how is the state of the house also, right? Like
Yeah.
all the things you need to show, look for it.
Mm-hmm.
But going forward for the sellers, we already from June 2023 we started seeing an upward trend, and the December timeframe especially would have been a kind of slowdown, but we saw a reverse case in case of December. We
Mm-hmm.
saw that prices are going up already in December case. And
Mm-hmm.
as I told you earlier, also 1.5 million homes in Fremont, in Ardenwood areas are selling for 1.75 and 1.8. And even the Milipitas home, there was 1,000 square footage which was listed in a Milipitas good neighborhood and a good school areas around, right? It was listed for 1.3, and they got a 22 offers in there.
Wow.
1,000
Okay.
square footage, and it
Mm.
was sold for more than 1.42 to 1.43.
Whoa.
Not
Okay.
1.43, sorry, my bad. It is more than 1.48 or
8.
1.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a basically 200K more than the list price. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we are noticing in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Right.
question on the floor is, if you want to buy buy a house in Fremont, sorry, buy a house in Bay Area,
Bay Area.
or
Mhm.
Austin,
Yeah.
where do you go for it? Do you prefer still buying it here or going it in Austin? You can give us a call and share your thing.
Yeah. And the number is 408-912-5038. 408-912-5038. Has what Nagraj has been talking about, is that resonating with you? What are your thoughts on it? We'd love to know. So there's the question on the floor, and there's your thoughts on this Bay Area situation. Give us a call. And on that note, we have someone calling. Hello and welcome to Real Estate Roundup. Your name, please.
Hey, hi. This is Praneeth.
Uh,
Um,
Hello, Praneeth.
I have
Welcome.
question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Question for Nagaraj sir. So, so, so you were mentioning a couple of minutes ago, right? People who bought in 2022, 2021 could see some may not break even if they have to shift. So, those kind of people would have caught in a risky scenario, right? And now as people who are trying to enter the market now, and that too at a lower price range. And not want to take a lot of risk, and what would you suggest, like next few years also the economy seems to be uncertain, so what would you suggest for those kind of people?
Hi,
Nice question.
nice
Mm-hmm.
for thanks for calling in. It's the same thing. A lot of buyers are going through, right? Today morning also I was talking to one of the client out there. Nagraj, 1.2 May to 1.3 May, until you go to that much, I can't buy a house in a Bay Area. Correct?
Right.
That's what we are noticing. No homes under a 1 million. Okay.
Mm.
If you want to buy under
Mhm.
1 million, you need to go to far away, or you need to look for some zip codes around. In that zip codes around itself, you can buy it around, right? That's what we are
Mhm.
noticing.
Mhm.
As a buyer, it's a tough for you because there are not
Mhm.
much homes are coming into the inventory. Today morning also I've been to a Beriasa around. It's an off-market listing. The house needs a 200K upgrades. Okay. But the seller
Mhm.
says, I
Mhm.
don't want to sell it under 1.6. If it is anything under
Okay.
1.6, I don't want to sell it. I'm okay to keep it myself because I'm paying all-time low interest rates. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mhm. Mhm.
these cases,
Uh,
these things will come.
Additional question on top of it, right? The reason is, technically from PACE or whatever, we can get a loan for 1.2 or 1.3 to meet that range. My only concern is as you go up, you are taking more risk. For if you are unsure of the market or the environment for next 5 years or so, and you end up exiting the market in 4 to 5 years, the risk seems to be high at 1.2, 1.3, right? That's where I'm coming from.
I think let me give you one example. This is the best example
Mm-hmm.
for you. 2017, right? In Santa
Mm-hmm.
Clara, around the neighborhood, right? Anything you pay around 900, it seems to be a crazy. Okay. Anything you pay more than 900 would seem to be a crazy. Okay. It is like you pay more than 1 million, you're unbelievably great price. That's what it used to be. But now under 1
Okay.
million from last 6 years, do you find anything? Are we building enough homes in the Bay Area right now? Go look at the number of homes around. The reason I was asking you
Mm-hmm.
the Austin versus Bay Area,
Bay Area.
look
Mm-hmm.
at the number of homes built in Austin. Look at the number of homes built in a Bay Area. How many number of homes
Mm-hmm.
are there with a single bigger lot, right? Right now, whatever
Mm-hmm.
you're looking it around also, right? Newer homes are coming around, but do we have a bigger lot? No, we are making it smaller, smaller by the day. We are going up, but not vertically, like we are not building it around, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are seeing,
Right.
and that is the reason why it's so much hot in the Bay Area is number of homes around, right? Number of homes coming up. If you even I was looking around Palo Alto area, only 200 homes are newer homes are coming in next 15 years.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So what do you do with that number of people coming in the Bay Area? They might be telling less, but is it changing? No, people are coming more still. You're only seeing one story like few people are leaving, but how many people are coming in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
This all adds up. I know
How,
buying it.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Understand. Like, need to look into like how many houses are coming in and how many people are coming in, and
Yeah,
that kind of data, right?
that is the main thing, right? Reason why it is future looks okay. We have seen some dips in that, but it recovers very fast in the Bay Area because number of you have seen we have seen the news around job layoffs around. It is very tough to get a market, right? But what has happened around is fewer homes, but lot of investment options. If you're not even buying, there are so many investors to down like in EB5 category. So morning was talking about like, yeah, the listener, the buyer who had called me, Nagraj, I want to buy a house with the EB5 investment visa, right?
Mhm.
It is that is also opened up. The EB5 was what, 600K or a 500K in what, a few years back. Now it's on 850. 850K is the limit for EB5. That's what around right now. If I'm not correct, if I'm not bad, right? So you're seeing that they've increased the cap, but still the EB5 investments are so much that is also is making the prices to go up. Any homes which is comes in also, houses in pathetically bad shape also, right? There is a buyer for that house. So I have an what
One question, sorry. Are you saying that people who are applying EB5 are using buying a house as an investment? That doesn't work, right? Or does it work?
it works in the other way, but stay tuned for this Friday. We'll be having more detailed discussion about EB5 and the EB1A on our real estate playbook, and you get more insights. How does it work? So we can discuss more on that on this Friday show, 6:30
6:30
p.m.
p.m. Yeah.
6:30 p.m. So the attorney is the right person to talk to her, and we'll get a more insights. How does the EB5 and EB1A works?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Praneeth, and thank you for your question. And of course, if you want to discuss further with Nagraj, you can always call him offline. His number is 408-805-4653. That's 408-805-4653. But right here, right now, folks, we are talking to Nagaraj Annaiah, the founder of nagarajhomes.com, your trusted Bay Area tech realtor and expert in this area, bringing a wealth of his knowledge on the local communities, on the current market conditions, on the home buying and selling process. So if you are in the market for anything, whether it's buying, selling, investing, make sure you reach out to him. And the way to do that is 408-805-4653, or just nagarajhomes.com is where you want to go. Or you can reach us right now, 408-912-5038. We're still taking your questions. Give us a call. And there's a question on the floor, and we want to hear from you. If you were given a choice of buying a home in the Bay Area or in Austin, where would you like to go? Where would you like to set your roots? Is it the Bay Area or Austin? So give us a call with that question, 408-912-5038. Yes, Nagraj.
Let me share a couple of one more good story for you.
Uh-huh.
This was the story of the last year. Okay,
Mm.
there was a buyers reached out to me, Nagaraj. It's a kind of a love story also. I think it's a good to share in this platform around, right?
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
this buyers came in around. One person was from other part of one state of India, another one was like other part of India,
Two
right?
states.
Two states. They were not married. They came to me, Nagraj. हमारा फैमिली में बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है like to get married. That's why we want to kind of buy a house.
Huh.
We have one caller. Let's
We have
take it.
a call. Okay, we're going to hold on.
Yeah.
I'd love to know the story. Hello
Yeah.
and welcome to Real Estate Roundup. Your name, please?
Hi, this is Vivek. I'm calling from Dublin, California.
Yes.
Hi,
Hi,
Vivek.
Vivek.
So, hi, how are you all doing?
Very well, very well. Thank you for calling. And what's your question?
So, I have a condo in Dublin, and I want to move to a bigger house. And obviously, as discussed before here, the rates are, the prices are crazy high. So I'm trying to see options, a little further than Bay Area, like Tracy Hills or Manteca. My question is it a good idea to sell my condo right now and move further? Would that be a good option?
Yeah, it's Vivek. Thanks for calling in. It's a good question. I think a lot of people who bought a condo at some point, it's a good starter home. At some point of the time, they prefer a single family would have been a better, right? That is where they think about the second house. To buy the second house, right? First, we need to figure out how much your first house is going to sell, right? And the
Mhm.
second thing is we need to find out how much down payment you can do it for your second house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that two math, if I can figure out with you, then I can suggest with you, should you sell this house or not? And I need to understand how much is your monthly payment for your condo. That is also is very much important. And how is the rental market in that neighborhood? Right now, the rental markets are becoming slow down. So it is tough to get a breakdown in the rental market. So we need to watch out. If you don't get a rental for a 2-3 months, can you sustain? That also I need to work out with you on the math. So since we are running out of time on this show, you can give me a call and we'll discuss in detail about all these things and I can surely help you out, Vivek.
Yeah. So let me give you the number, Vivek, right? 408-805-4653. That's 408-805-4653. That's Nagaraj's number that you can get in touch with him, before, after the show, anytime. And he'll be more than happy to talk you through all of that. But thank you for that call. And Nagaraj, very few minutes left.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm waiting for the story, but I'm thinking, do you want to answer the Austin versus Bay Area?
Yeah, before doing easy to remember, Vivek is nagarajhomes.com. You can reach
Yeah.
out to them. Thanks for calling, Vivek. Yeah, I think Austin versus Bay Area, as I was telling you, the reason I was telling you is that I keep getting a calls, right? Like I got one buyer, Nagaraj, मुझे 800-900 में लेना है. Bay Area को compare करना और Austin को compare करना.
Yeah.
I brought up the same point. Look at the weather, look at the number of homes, right? Look at the history how the Bay Area prices have changed. I just don't want to compare from last 30-40 years, just compare from last 8 years. 2017 story, just that's what I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes down to their personal choices. Each has their own choices and preferences. But looking at the data, Bay Area doing right now really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So based on that, since I go for a Bay Area, but other people might go for a choices. But
Yeah.
it's, both of them are a great cities,
Yeah.
right? Everybody has their own personal choices.
And of course, thank you for that, Nagraj. And folks, join us again next Sunday, 12:30 to 1 p.m. And don't forget Nagraj's other show on Friday, 6:30 to 7 p.m. Property Playbook. Until next time, this is Vijayalakshmi for Real Estate Roundup. Thank you for joining us. Have an amazing week. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you so much.
Mhm.